This book is published and narrated by DD Books. To get more affordable and free audiobook, subscribe DD Books YouTube channel or visit DD Books and Beyond Books official website. You can directly explore all range of audiobooks, ebooks, and paperbacks on Google Play Store, Kobo Books, Apple Books, Amazon, and Flipkart.
Topic: Methods of Self. Powerful Keys How to Be Successful in Life by William Walker Atkinson. In the self-treatments, it should be remembered that the patient should start out with the fixed idea of the condition that he or she wishes to bring about. If the stomach is weak, think about a strong stomach. Think about it many times a day as strong, strong, strong. Do not let a thought of a weak stomach enter your mind, but keep on picturing to yourself your stomach as being strong, very strong, able to take care of the food you are taking to nourish you, able to digest and assimilate the food, and to convert it into material which will enter the circulation as rich, red, strong, nourishing blood, which will be carried to all parts of the system, building up all organs and parts and making you strong and well all over from head to foot. Think of the stomach as strong, I say, and permit yourself to think of it in no other way. In giving the treatments as directed in the previous lessons, carry this idea of strength in your mind and fairly drive the thought strong right into the stomach. You will be able to almost feel it enter, and a warm, stimulating sensation will be apparent. And as with the stomach, so is it with every other part of the body. You must picture to yourself the conditions you wish to bring about, and you will find that the organs and parts of the body will gradually develop to the condition pictured in the mind. See your body as you wish it to become, not as it has been. See a perfect condition, not an imperfect one. There is no mystery or magic about this form of treatment. It is not the mere denial of the trouble that brings about the cure. It is the response of the body to the mental picture formed by you. Thought takes form in action, and the body responds to the thoughts. The mental attitude it reflected in the bodily manifestations. It is very simple when once you have the key. I have endeavored to make these articles plain, simple, and practical, and some of you may perhaps think that they are too simple to be good, and would prefer that I give some high-flown theories and mystic formulas to be repeated, whereby the disease may be driven away. But I see no need of surrounding the subject with any unnecessary mystery, or of attaching virtue to any particular words. Words avail nothing unless the thought is behind them. Words are only the vehicle of the thought, and the man or woman who expects to derive benefit from the mere parrot-like repetition of certain sentences or affirmations, without putting the thought back of them, will be sorely disappointed. I do not care whether you use my auto-suggestions or those of someone else, providing you put the thought force back of them. The other person's will do just as well as mine, so if you prefer the other man's style, by all means use it. If you prefer affirmations which have a high sound and appeal more to the emotional side of your nature,
This book is published and narrated by DD Books.
by all means use them. They will do you more good than mine if you feel that way. But be sure to put the force of your thought behind the affirmations, or they will fall flat and without effect. It wearies me somewhat when I look about me and see the contentions of the different schools of New Thought healing, each claiming that their methods or theories are the only perfect ones. Why, bless your hearts, they are all getting good results, and some are suiting certain persons better than others, but they are all using the same force and merely calling it into play in a different manner. Every healer has his own favorite way of giving mental treatments, and every person has some way which suits him better, but that is no reason why any of us should assume that we have the whole thing, and that the other fellow is necessarily wrong because his methods differ from ours. Let us cease taking this childish position and display a little more breadth. Personally, I prefer the simpler plan, the plan which seems to be the more practical and common sense, and as little weighted down with theory as possible. I have tried this plan. In fact, it has been evolved through trying and experimenting, but that is not saying that it is the only plan worth considering. Try any plan which appeals to you, and the one that you like best will be the one that will do you the most good, whether that plan be mine or the other fellow's. But don't attribute your cure to the pet theory of anyone. These cures are worked not by reason of any pet theory, but in spite of the pet theory of the person giving the treatment. The force is available to anyone who wishes to use it, either in the treatment of others or in the treatment of oneself. And there is no sense in paying out large sums of money to acquire the secret. There is no secret about it. It is one of nature's laws, and is open to anyone who wishes to use it, just as is any other of nature's laws and forces. No healer or teacher has any monopoly of healing. You can do it as well as anyone else if you have confidence and perseverance. Of course, practice makes perfect in healing as in anything else, and then again, some persons have more confidence and will take hold of the work from the start, while others have to gain confidence by slow stages. Confidence seems a prerequisite to good healing work. The power and force is there, but a confident frame of mind seems to be necessary to cause it to flow.
This book is published and narrated by DD Books.
I have seen people who have suddenly realized that they could perform cures, who had acquired confidence in themselves all of a sudden, go out and perform wonderful cures from the very start. At the same time, I have seen others develop gradually but slowly into healing powers. But in the latter case, it is not a growth of power as they supposed, but a growth of confidence in themselves. The healing force is in direct proportion to the confidence of the operator. Of course, the cure depends much upon the mental attitude of the patient, as the real cure is effected through his own mind, the latent power being awakened and directed by the mind of the healer, and any resistance on the part of the patient, of course, retards the cure. In these lessons I have given you a good, practical working plan of self-treatment, and the same method may be adopted by you in treating others, by simply giving them the same suggestions that you have used yourself as auto-suggestions. In treating yourself or others, you will find it of value to treat the diseased organ or part as if it possessed intelligence. Talk to it, think of it as if it understood, and you will be surprised to see how quick the part will respond. Of course, when you are commanding the part to function properly, you are sending to that part a strong thought wave, both from your own mind and the mind of the patient, and the intensity of your thought will be manifested in like degree in the thought wave reaching the part. It may seem somewhat ridiculous to you to talk to a weak stomach, or a rebellious liver, or a flighty heart, as if it could understand, but just try it and see how well it works. Talk right up to it, and tell it that you have grown tired of its misbehavior, and that you are going to take it in hand and make it do better in the future. Tell it just what you want it to do, and that you expect it to begin at once. Don't fool about it, but get right down to business and give it its instructions in a calm, masterful manner. You will find that that organ will start in to rebel at the first few words, but if you keep right at it, it will gradually come around to your way of thinking, and will do as you wish it to. Remember that your mind is positive to the organ, and will surely win when it comes to the point, so don't be afraid of the rebellious organ. Then when the organ begins to behave itself, talk to it kindly, and encourage it, and it will appreciate it. If you have confidence in a corrected organ, it will have confidence in you, and will obey your directions. Now all this seems very ridiculous to you, doesn't it? Well, just try this method on yourself or on someone else, and see the result. Don't try it in a trifling, laughing manner, but get right down to business if you wish results. There are good psychological and physiological reasons back of it, and it is merely calling into operation certain great laws in a plain, everyday way. I know just what I am talking about, and you can demonstrate the thing for yourself if you wish. The end.